Again. Sink, turn right. Left heel comes off ground, turn more right. Heel hits ground. Back into left leg and turn. Polished table, right toes come in. Polished table as you balance the weight. Release the hands. Notice the armpits are open. One more time. Sink and turn, that's when the armpits open up. Step out. Sink, turning right. Shift left, turn. Polish the table, right toes come in. Polish the table. Commencement. Sink. Rise, you're sitting in your hips, you're straightening. You're sitting in your hips and you're straightening. Sink and turn. Rise up. Rotate right. Sink, shift across, rise up. Rotate, step, sink, shift, square up, adjust the right toes to a 45, ward off left. Let's do that again. Commencement. Pung, ji, lu, an. Sink, taking the ball, turning it to the right. Sink, shift across, rise up, all the weights on the right leg. Rotate right, step, sink, shift, square up the hips, adjust the back foot, ward off left. I'd say about 70% of my weight's on my front leg, my left leg. One more time. Commencement. Blocking, striking, pulling in, pushing down. Blocking with the inside of the right arm, taking the ball, all the weights on the left. Open the left quad or hip, turn to the right. Sink, shift all the weight right. Rise up, turn right. As we counter turn, the foot steps straight ahead on the heel. Sink, shift the weight, adjust the right toes, hips square to the front. Left hand facing the heart, right hand down here, alive, off left. Turn left, take the ball. Rise up, counter turn, step, sink, shift the weight, ward off right. Turn the hips, sink, shift the weight back. All the weights on the left, the hand drops. Turn back to the right, the palms touch, we move in. Press. For ward off left, again, take the ball, folding into the quad, all the weights on the left. Rise up and rotate, right heel kicks in on the ball of the foot. Counter turn to the left to step out with the right heel. Sink, shift the weight, adjust the left toes, ward off right. Most of the weight's on the front leg. Palms are facing each other. Turn to the right, sink. Shift the weight back, tuck the tailbone, drop both hands, turn back to the right, palms touch, bend the bow as you move in, press. One more time. From ward off left, take the ball by turning left. Keep the armpits open. Rotate to the right. Counter turn, stepping out with the right heel. Turn more, sink. Toes touch, shift. Turn left toes in on heel, ward off right. Turn, roll back. Turn back to the right, palms touch, move in, press. Moving on. Hands separate. All the weight goes back as I turn left. Square up, move in, open the spine. Push, elongate hands, come all the way around, bring the toes in, shift all the way back to the right, take the ball, right hand starts to form into a crane's beak, turn to the left, 1, 2, shift the weight, bumper shoulder, 3, turn, 4, toes come in on the right, sink into the hip, 5, single whip. Let's do that again. Press, flatten, separate, weight goes back, hollow the front of the body as you bend the bow. Push in, press out. Hands flatten as you shift back 100%, bring the toes in. Shift all the way to the right, your pigeon toe, take the ball, right hand crane's beak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. From press, hands separate as I turn my hips left. I shift all my weight back, I hollow my body, I square up, move in, on and G, push down and press out. I shift my weight back, hollowing my body, my arms elongate. I turn, my toes come in. Go back to the right, crane's beak. Bump, toes come in. Single whip. Moving on. Turn left, turn right. All the way to the left leg, embrace heavens. Turn to the left, foot comes into the heel, strumming the lute. Or playing the peipa. Turn and pull down all the way to the left, rise up, take the ball. Counter turn step, sink, shift all the way, bump push shoulder. Turn right, turn left. White crane spreads wings. All the way to the right leg. Let's do that again. From single whip, remember front foot straight, back foot at 45, make sure you're not walking the tightrope. Just pull this foot back and turn it out on the heel, most weight forward, left hand in the left channel, right arm 90 degrees from it, crane's beak, single whip. Turn, turn right, turn left, turn a little bit right, all the way to the left leg. This is playing the peipa or strumming the lute. Turn, pull down, rise up, take the ball, counter turn step. Move across, bump with shoulder. There's a very slight turn right, bump with shoulder all the way to the right. Continue to turn right, the arm gets pulled out. Turn to the left, white crane, spreads wings. All the way to the right leg. One more time. Single whip. Left, right. Play peipa, otherwise known as arm break. Pull down. Counter turn step, sink, shift across, bump, turn right, turn left, white crane, cools wings. Moving on. Turn left, the arm rotates and comes across the front of the body. Turn right, left hand comes out. Step out, as you counter turn, move in, brush knee left. Most of the weight's in the front leg. Shift all the weight back, embrace the heavens. Turn to the right, left foot comes in on the heel, strum the loop, roll back, brush knee left. Let's do that again. White crane spreads wings, turn left, turn right, counter turn step, brush knee left, sink, shift all the way back, rise up, embracing the heavens, strumming the lute, roll back, counter turn step, brush knee left. One more time. When white crane spreads wings, turn the hips, counter turn step, move in, brush knee left. Shift the weight back, sink, rise up, embrace heavens, all the way to the right leg. Turn into the right hip, strum the loop, turn more right, roll back, brush knee left. One more time. From embrace heaven, from white crane spreads wings. Turning both directions, blocking, stepping, moving in. Shifting all the weight back to embrace the heavens. Strum the loop, roll back, counter turn step, brush knee left. Notice the front foot is straight, the back foot's at a 45. The knee is not overextended. The arms are here to protect, to block, to attack. Now the Tai Chi catwalk. Let's start. Okay? Now the Tai Chi catwalk. Toes in, toes out. turn, step straight ahead. Sink, shift the weight, brush knee right. Toes in, I'm folding into my quad, that brings my toes in. I open my left quad, that turns my toes out. I bend my left knee and drop my tailbone, that puts the foot on the ground. I shift the weight, turn, 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 step, sink, brush knee left. Let's do that again. This is known as twist step and brush knee. I'm doing the Chen Man Ching version where he yields and goes back. And then we're going to do a couple of them. This is the Tai Chi catwalk or twist step and brush knee. Here we go. Toes in, toes out. Notice how my right knee doesn't get out of alignment. I sink by bending my knee and dropping my tailbone. I shift and turn, 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 turn. When I step, my hands change. One low, one high. I turn a little left as my toes touch the ground. I shift my weight forward about 70 to 80%, and I brush the knee right. I go back, yielding, toes in, toes out. Notice how my knee stays lined up, doesn't collapse. Sink, shift the weight forward, turn, 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 step, sink, brush the knee left. One more time. From brush knee left, go back, hollow the chest. Rise up, sink, shift the weight, turn, ribs open, ribs closed, brush knee right, in, out, left ribs open, left ribs closed, I'm sorry, right ribs open, sink, brush knee left. Moving on, step up to lift hands, shift all the weight forward, hollow the chest, round the back, board off, blocking, knee comes up, it could be a kick. Roll the hands over, shift all the way back, bend the body, pull them in, kicking. Turn to the right, bring their arms in, all the weight's on the right leg. Rise up, push them out. As they push back, we pull them in. We step, we brush knee left. Let's do that again. From the last brush knee, keep your chin tucked, point your tailbone, your coccyx into the left foot. This is the block. Knee comes up. Hands roll over after you stop them momentarily. You slide your hands down their forearms. When you catch their wrists, you kick. From here, we turn, we pin, possibly pin their foot with our left foot. Remember, there's no weight on that foot. The arms come together, bringing their arms together. See, I'm using the bending of the spine to do this. I open my leg, I open my spine, that's what pushes them out. They push back, we just slowly redirect them to this hole over here. We counter turn as we step out, take their foot out from underneath them. We clothesline them as we brush knee left. That was 3 times, correct? From here, intercept, parry, and punch. Shift all the weight back. Toes come in. Roll the hands over, open the quad, toes go out. Sink, shift the weight forward. Turn left. Now you don't have to bring the foot off the ground. They open together. Okay? Then they drop together as if tied by a string. We step, we block, we move in, bending the bow, straightening the bow. Intercept, parry, and punch. Left hand underneath elbow, wipe off, push down and press, sink, turn the toes, shift across the walk, bump them with shoulder, grab their leg, rise up. To do cross hands, and the first section. Let's do that twice more. After we do step up to lift hands, we do another brush knee left. From here, the hands drop back, toes come in, toes go out, turn. Open up, intercept, parry, this is an elbow strike to the rear, lock, pull them in, punch, elbow, arm behind elbow, left hand, wipe off as I turn right, shift all my weight back, I square up, move in, bend the bow, straighten the bow, sink, bump with shoulder, rise up as we do cross hands. Left hand was on the outside for cross hands. One last time. Just after lift hands, we shift, toes in, toes out, sink, shift across the walk, rise up, turn, elbow strike, knee strike, left heel, a right heel hook, back fist, step, block, punch, left hand behind elbow, shift all the way back, wipe off, move in, push down, press out, sink, come across, cross hands, release, end of first section. All right, this chapter is going to be brief, but it's going to introduce you to some of the basics that make Tai Chi good Tai Chi. For instance, when you do Tai Chi, we do something called the walk, working the walk. So we're going to sink down and rise up. I'll show you here in just a second. In other words, when we shift from side to side, we sink slightly, we shift the weight across, and then we rise up. We sink, shift across, rise up. As opposed to just going straight across, straight across. There's always a very slight sinking and rising, even at an angle. Sink and rise. Sink and rise. Let's do it from this one. We sink, we shift back, we rise up. Sink, shift, rise up. There are a couple of small moves where we actually go over the top. We come out of the walk, sink straight back down into the walk, and then rise up again. So that happens very few instances, and normally we'll say something like over the top. Otherwise, it's down and across the walk, W-O-K, not W-E-L-K, walk. When you work the walk, strangely enough, it also allows you to point your coccyx, your tailbone, into the foot that's going to receive the weight, which helps to determine one's root. So besides the walk, the shifting and the sinking and the rising, we also do something called pointing the tailbone into the foot that receives the weight prior to the weight shift. Okay, another important part of Tai Chi, and this is important because without structure, you can't develop energy flow. Without structure, you can't maintain good balance. Without proper structure, it's just not real Tai Chi. Another thing that we do in Tai Chi is that we are constantly opening and closing our ribs. Opening and closing our ribs. Okay, we see this a lot with the high-level masters, but they rarely mention it. So that many Westerners, when they do Tai Chi, even though their arms come up, you see there's nothing going on in the ribs. Nothing going on with the ribs. But in Tai Chi, the ribs should open and close, either separately or together. Sometimes they both close, sometimes they both open, sometimes one opens and one closes. In fact, when you open and close the ribs, it helps to open and close or lift and drop the elbow. In Tai Chi, we say the elbow catches a ride on the ribs. So if my ribs come up, my elbow's coming up. If these ribs go down, that elbow's going down. Okay? A couple other quick pointers. Knee alignments. I see this all the time. Having high school football injuries on my knees, I'm always extremely careful about knee alignments. And there's a few things we need to do. First of all, some people like to go way too far. Not only does this put a lot of pressure on your knees, but it throws your center off. I prefer that my students have their shins virtually vertical, straight up and down. Not a problem. Easy on the knees, don't lose your balance. Especially when I work with people who are balance challenged. Now I'm going to get my sword real quick. And I'm back. Anyways, the reason I have the sword is that when doing Tai Chi, there should always be a straight line from the center of the hip, through the center of the knee, through the center of the foot. Just like this. Not like this. See how this knee is misaligned and the straight line goes into the ground. It should actually be here. Also, when you do this, if you can take a look at my feet, when you collapse your knee, what happens to the arch? The arch collapses. See that? Here we have an arch. Here, knee misaligned. We have no arch. The ankle is collapsed and the toes are flat. So that's real important. Whether all the weight is here or all the weight is over here, there's still a straight line from the hip through the knee into the foot. If I misalign my knee, see? You see a lot of people do this in Tai Chi. That's not good. here. That's where it should be. Simple mistakes that people make all the time. Also, when we do Tai Chi, we do something called bend the bow, shoot the arrow. Bend the bow, shoot the arrow. The center of the bow is roughly the kidney area, right on this area. So when you bend, this part should go back more than this part, or like this. So you bend the bow, shoot the arrow. You actually just sit into your hip, bend the bow, shoot the arrow. We also do it with one leg back. Bend the bow, shoot the arrow. Bend the bow, shoot the arrow. It pumps cranial sacral fluid, it strengthens the spine, and it gives you physical power for moving people out of the way, which Tai Chi is a martial art. Another thing we do in Tai Chi is something called wrapping. The sides of the body tend to roll back and forth. I won't go too much detail other than the fact that in Tai Chi we don't have a tombstone torso. That's what my teacher calls it. I think it's kind of amusing. But you see a lot of people do Tai Chi, very famous Tai Chi people. I didn't say they're very good, they're just very famous. And see how the torso is not moving at all. That's a tombstone torso. That's not good Tai Chi. In real Tai Chi, the ribs are closing, we're straightening the bow, we're bending the bow, we're opening and closing ribs, we're wrapping the body, unwrapping the body, and these are just basics. This isn't really high-level stuff, this is basics. Never forget, the chin is always slightly dropped, and opens up the occiput, which allows the energy flow up the back of the spine and down the front. If you stick your chin out, and I see this a lot in Tai Chi, you're blocking energy flow, and you're exposing your throat, not good Tai Chi. So keep your chin dropped slightly. Also the back in Tai Chi is rounded. We don't do Tai Chi like this. Like this. The back is rounded, relaxed. The chest is somewhat hollowed. In fact, the chest feels not just relaxed and somewhat hollow, but also dropping. When you drop your sacrum, that hollows the chest. When you drop your sacrum, your tailbone area, that helps to relax and hollow the chest. And of course, don't forget the tongue, the tip of the tongue at the roof of the mouth. And let's see, knees, good structure, relax. Oh yeah, yang style, which is what you're learning. The elbows are at a 45-degree angle. If your elbows are up like this, you're either doing it wrong or you're hitting somebody. In Tai Chi, the only time we bring the elbows up is when we do an elbow strike, and we do a lot of those. Also, when it comes to the armpits, they always stay slightly open. You see people do Tai Chi where they close the armpits. Not good. If somebody touches me here, they can knock me over, but if my armpit is open, they can't move me. So the armpits are very important as far as staying open. Let me see, what else? What am I forgetting? There's so many different things in Tai Chi, and these are just a few of the main pointers. Chin dropped, head top gently lifted, tailbone dropping, knees aligned, back rounded. Don't pinch off the shoulder blades, round the back. And if you can follow these, you're doing pretty decent in Tai Chi. If you have any questions, give me a holler. Thanks.